Thank you very much for sticking with us for hour number 2 of today's edition. It's the 6th of July. Very special for Hashtag DailyK. It's our 1000th episode. We've already been doing this for 1,000 days. Would you believe it? And we're reading out lots of messages from our listeners. We sent them out this little survey asking them what were their favourite segments, who were their favourite guests, etc., etc. We got something very special planned for hour number 2 today. Not our weekly wrap, but basically a roundup of the past 1,000 editions of the show. We got Nur in Malaysia who said, for the 1,000 episode survey, I've just done it based on the latest episode, really, because I don't know much about the past editions of Hashtag DailyK. I'm a new listener, so my favourite day is Thursdays, and my favourite segment is K-Patch, which is on Thursdays. What a surprise. And my favourite guest, surprise, surprise, is Thursday's Alex as well. And Rao got in touch from Argentina. He's been listening for a little bit longer. He said Chihi's Corner was one that I know and I miss, and also the K-pop corner we used to have. I didn't listen to that, but I'm curious to hear about all the trends from the professor who used to be on the show. Oh, that was a good one with Professor Egu Tak. Yeah, he used to look deep into K-pop. You say your favourite current corner is K-Time Playtime with Cedric. That's because we give away lots of prizes, I think. Bribery always works. And your favourite previous guest, Juhyun, and the weekend corners dedicated to K-pop artists. I totally forgot we did that with Juhyun, not just K-Stream, but on the weekends, yeah, we looked at a famous figure in Korea and delve deep into their past, and sometimes TV shows as well. Lenny from Indonesia says the cooking corners with Ryan were my favourites. Chef Ryan, even another chef being on the show would be okay. Well, that's not very nice. Only Chef Ryan should do for you, Lenny, I feel. But you do miss the cooking corner. We had lots of those messages in hour number 1 as well. And Carl says, I miss Xander's corner. Hot take. I also like of the current corners, Korean Unnies segment, and for the thing that you'd most like to have on the show, thing I said, yeah, probably appropriate, Sirloin, our mascot, or Xander you'd like, so maybe we'll get one of those in hour number 2. Luckily, I think we've got all bases covered for our 1000th episode edition. No one's going to feel left out after hearing those messages. We have Amy J who sent us an audio clip as well. Why don't we take a listen to what Amy has to say?
Congratulations on 1,000 shows, DailyK. I have really enjoyed listening to Peter and all the guests for the past year, and I can't wait for the next 1,000 shows. From Amy J.
Oh, thank you very much, Amy. I hope I'm here for the next 1,000 shows. Fingers crossed, if they'll keep me. We're going to get onto our special now. I'm really excited. We're in the big studio, so that's a hint to what's going to be happening after some BIG. Hello, hello.
This is Arirang Radio.
You want to message me? Go
ARIRANG.
arirangradio.com.
You're joining us today on this momentous day in Korea's history, nay, the world's history. It's part 2 of Hashtag DailyK on the 1000th edition, and it's a special one-off. We have done something really cool. I'm so glad that we managed to pull this off. Many people today talking about who they miss from shows gone by, and we've managed somehow to bring them into the studio, and I'm not going to introduce them, they're going to get to do it themselves. So why don't we start with this handsome, hunky gentleman on my left. Hello, sir.
Hey, how we doing?
Who is that sexy voice that I remember from days gone by?
It's been a while.
It has been how long, Chef Ryan?
Maybe a year?
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a little over a year.
Has it? Yeah.
We've missed those
I've missed
tones.
you.
Yeah.
I've missed feeding you strange things and seeing your reaction.
Being horrible about how
Sea
fussy I am.
cucumber and tofu and
Listen,
things that Peter just doesn't want to eat.
You
ever.
were really disappointed in me, I felt, Chef Ryan, a few times, because I don't have that adventurous palate on me. But I do miss those times as well.
I think we brought you over a little ways, into trying some new things. We definitely forced you to eat some things you normally wouldn't eat.
I never not tried something. I may have spat it out or vomited a little in my mouth, but I did try. Chef Ryan, for anyone who's listening, because we do have a lot of new listeners as well, can you introduce yourself and what you did on the show as well?
Well, my name is Ryan Phillips, and I've been in Korea for a very long time. I'm a culinary professor.
How long is very long?
Almost 12 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, time flies here. But it's just gotten better and better over the years, so I couldn't leave. Arirang's been really good to me. I'm currently on another show with Henry on Friday nights.
Have you betrayed us? Are you on the radio on Fridays?
I am, and I don't even have to drive in. I can stay on my farm and do it over the phone.
That's
and
amazing.
We talk about food on Fridays around 7:30 p.m. Korean time.
Obviously, I listen to that show every day apart from Fridays, so I didn't know that.
The last segment of the week, and
Wow.
so I get to congratulate Henry on a week.
week.
Nice.
Nice. But on our show, you did something much more hands-on, right?
That was so much fun. Because we did other shows with Edwin before, and with let's see,
Did you do it with Lisa? Kelly?
Adrian.
No. Adrian. Okay,
Adrian.
catch the wave.
But with you,
Yes.
we actually did the video and brought in the food.
Yeah.
And got
You
to see
cooked it.
your reaction. Yeah, every morning early, right? Bringing in
Yeah.
fresh things like, all kinds of stuff. We went through the whole gambit.
Sometimes you brought in live things. I think some of the shrimp were alive when we ate them as well.
The very first episode was live abalone.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. I'm not a massive fan of abalone either.
But it was good though, wasn't it?
It was good when you prepared it. And this is fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in, Chef Ryan. We're going to continue to talk to you, but we've got two other guests to introduce. First up, equally as beautiful, maybe a different gender, I'm pretty certain. We've got Jihee.
Hi, hello.
How are you doing? Not quite as long since we've seen you,
No,
Jihee.
the last time I was here was on February. In February, that
Yeah.
was my last show.
So I'm quite good at maths, so that must be about 5 months ago.
Yeah, around. Yes. And it's great to be back here for the special day of DailyK.
Thank you so much for coming. Again, for anyone who's maybe seen you for the first time, G, and listening to you for the first time, what were you doing on the show? And also, who are you?
All right. Okay, first of all, I was a guest for the Flashback Friday corner, the segment where I would be taking back Peter to times of the past, in the past, for example, July 2012, etc.
Yeah.
And I introduced some global as well as Korean news.
Oh, yeah, through the headlines.
Yeah, through the headlines, the news reading reporter corner. I
That was
missed that,
fun.
yes. And I am a conference interpreter.
You finished your studies now, G.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I'm finally graduating. So the
High
last time,
five, indeed.
I
Well
was
done.
telling you I have to take my exam again.
Yes,
And
unfortunately.
yes.
I think you partied a little too hard. No, but Jihee is finished her studies, so you're going to be interpreting on the side, doing a bit of broadcasting maybe in the future as well?
Yes.
We'd love
That's
to
my
have you
plan.
back on the show too.
Oh, please.
And as well as Jihee, we have our other listener. Listener? Probably not. I'm pretty sure he's not a listener, actually, at all. We have our wonderful Xander.
Hey.
Hello, Xander.
Hello.
You're back by popular demand because we did this survey, and I'm being dead honest here. You
Yeah.
three were the most frequently requested people to be in hour number 2.
Is that true? Or was that just carefully curated messages?
100%.
100%.
You heard me earlier read that message. Your
Yeah.
name was mentioned.
It
right?
was.
I
At least
deliberately.
twice.
I saved it for hour number 2 so you could hear that. Could you also introduce yourself, Xander, to anyone who doesn't know you? It's only been about 5 months for you as well, right? Since
Something
we last
like
saw
that.
you. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
February.
Yeah.
February, March. Yeah.
4 months. Less than 4 months, apparently.
Okay.
According to this thing down here. But yeah, hi, everyone. I am Xander. I'm part of a YouTube team called We Fancy. I also have my own little personal thing going on. And basically, we do stuff like introducing Korea to people, the lovely people across the world who are interested in Korea, coming to Korea, trying Korea's food, the restaurants, and also information about how to live here.
Yeah.
Things about like that.
And Xander is an incredibly talented videographer and photographer,
Thank
of
you very
which
much.
I learned recently because you took some shots of me, and I must say I fell a little bit in love with myself.
Did you get them blown up like we talked about for your wall?
Yeah, I
Yeah, the
made them
massive
into
posters.
3D models. I
Yeah.
sleep hugging them
I
a little
thi-
bit.
Just a thought in my head right now. I reckon you could sell some of those posters.
I'll sign them, yeah.
Yeah,
So this is
you should
some
give them out. You should give them away
celebrity.
for prizes.
I could pretend they're Henry Golding from that Crazy Rich Asians. And then,
I remember we
give
talked
them
about that
away
before. You do look like him.
absolutely. Thank you very much. Xander, as well, it's a pleasure to have you in. Everyone can still catch you on YouTube as well. We Fancy, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Xander We Fancy is your private
It'll
personal
come up
thing.
if you. Yeah.
You'll find him easily. So we've got 3 former guests in the studio. We got some messages here to read out as well. Leon saying, can someone try to message Siska because she'll cry if she misses this live stream. She's one of our most ardent listeners. I'm sure you all remember Siska's messages, right? I hope she can get in tune with this. Yana from Malaysia is saying, you should join Alex more for some YouTube videos. What do you think of that tip? Because Alex is back on the show after
Yeah.
you left. He
Yeah.
came back on, and he's doing some videos for our show as well.
I
Why
heard,
don't you
yeah.
join him some more frequently?
Well, when he goes and films, well, stuff for his channel, especially, he goes in and he's asked me before, but I've always been busy. But like, yeah, why not? I'd like to go on it.
Yeah.
Alex, you're not listening. I know you're not listening right now, but
Invite Xander.
yeah, why not? I'm up for one or two, but yeah,
I
or maybe
hope so.
those ones for the show.
Yeah, and Yana's saying, Chef Ryan, hey, is this the special 1000th episode? That's the only way we could convince Ryan to come back in, right?
What? Come on. No, I'd love to be here any day. Yeah.
So we can catch Xander on YouTube. How can people come across you, Ryan? You still doing the farm, right?
Always. Yeah. We're going to have a 4th of July celebration on the farm this Sunday with some
okay.
fireworks,
Oh, that's
slip and
tomorrow.
slide, tug of war.
Slip and slide, what's that?
What's a slip and slide?
Wait, Xander's British like
Yeah,
me. Do you know what's a
slip and slide, like a massive
Okay.
piece of like plastic or
Right.
what we called it. I wanted to say
like
tarpaulin, but it's not
tarpaulin
tarpaulin.
or lino or
Yeah,
something
and then
like
you
that.
put like washing up liquid on it, and you just
Sure.
run and you slide real far.
Right. Yeah. The
Is
coolest one I ever saw was in San Diego, and it was down this big hill in a park.
Wow.
And it's
Yeah.
so much fun.
It does sound fun. Sounds a little dangerous. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the really fun things are.
That's true. Wow, so you're doing that tomorrow at the farm?
That's it, yeah. And a little fireworks celebration just for people
Amazing.
that need a little American feeling, and want to come out. And
Can people like buy tickets for that? How do they get involved?
actually, I'm not charging anybody. It's BYO, whatever for the for if you want to throw something on the grill
Okay.
or put something in the smoker.
Wow.
How
And,
big is that grill? Anyone can bring their own
Yeah,
stuff.
we've got a few. We've got a few,
Wow.
and the smoker's huge. And
amazing.
it'll
Where
be a
is
lot of
it,
fun.
Ryan?
Technically, it's in Hwaseongsi, which is a big city down near Suwon. And really, it's on the border of Suwon, Yongin, and Hwasong.
Right. I live there. Actually,
Really?
yeah,
Well,
Hwaseongsi.
That's
You
where
should
I
go.
live.
Yeah,
I should go.
I'll give you the address.
Oh,
It's a beautiful
Please.
place.
Okay.
I thought you meant you'll give her a dress. She's wearing
I'll give you
a
a dress
dress
to wear.
Okay, that would be strange. So if you want to see Ryan, you can check that out, and you can follow him on social media.
Yeah, Instagram, Ryan Wesley Phillips, or Barefoot Gardens is the name of the farm. It's a little organic farm. We supply organic ingredients for a few restaurants and the farmer's market in Seoul once a month.
Fantastic. There's a farmer's market here.
Oh, yeah, Seoul Marché. It's so cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and you supply some of the fresh goods there.
I have a table there once a month. It's the
Wow.
first or second Sunday of each month. And this time it's going to be on the 14th.
Fantastic.
And it's a really cool kind of new thing that's been going on around the city.
I would love to visit. And also the farm. I said it when you were on the show with the kids one time. It's now been a year later. Still haven't gone, but I will go.
Gotta come check it
Gonna
out.
be there, especially with those full roasted pig barbecues you do from time to time. They look
Right.
amazing.
That's it.
Yeah. And Jihi, we can follow you on social media.
Yes.
Wait. Sometimes your Instagram is private and then not
No,
private and
it's
private
not
again.
private anymore.
Okay, so
Like,
what's the address for any of our listeners?
It's chic.hee.c.
Okay, that's very complicated. Getting lots of messages for you as well, saying, nice to meet you, Chihi. I've not tuned in before when you were on. And Amanda saying, Chef Ryan, do you by any chance have a YouTube channel?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm planning to put up a few videos, and
That would be good.
I've got some good friends that we're working on that together. And,
Okay.
and we have a few videos up, but it's not in my name. I'd have to post a link later on.
All right, you can see lots of content on the Instagram as well. I know you post up some little video clips on there.
All the time.
I was looking at some weird insects that you were showing us on the farm one time because you were showing us that we don't have pesticides, so it's all natural.
Yeah, we're kind of a refugee camp for all things natural, because everybody else in the valley does more of a traditional farming using herbicides, pesticides, and we don't. So we get praying mantis and crazy beetles, and
You must get all the insects then. 'Cause
it's
they
really
are
cool.
scared off
Yeah,
from
we
everywhere
found
else.
animals too, weasels and snakes and all kinds of just life. Yeah.
What kind of snakes are there in Korea?
Well, they don't look dangerous. You know,
Okay.
the general rule, if it has kind of a diamond-shaped head,
Yeah.
then it probably has fangs.
Oh.
and these do not. So,
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not afraid to pick them up.
They look fairly friendly.
Yeah, garden snakes, whatever.
Lovely jubbly. So for everyone listening, yeah, this is random. We've just got our 3 old guests in
is
talking
awesome.
about what we're doing. We are going to get to revisit some of the corners. We'll listen to everyone's memories about hashtag DailyK. If no tears are shed today, I will be very sad, okay? So get your tear ducts ready, okay?
So you'll do the crying if we don't.
And I've got fingers to poke eyes as well. So
no.
there you go.
Oh, no.
We'll be back after a song break as well. This is Chonson Me with Birthday. That was a bit of Johnson Me birthday there. It's not really our birthday, but it's 1,000 episodes that we've been broadcasting hashtag DailyK. And Liana's saying, I'm loving the farm talk. Maybe we're going to have to get a farm segment on the show with Chef Ryan. But you can listen to him on Henry's show Fridays, you said? 7:30?
Yes. Usually I'm on the farm loading the smoker while we talk.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
pretty sweet gig.
And you just talk about food.
Yeah, and it's not, you know, when we were doing our show, it was about just Korean food, and this one's pretty much about anything, but we'll
Fantastic.
tie it into how it relates to some Korean food as well.
Loving it. Okie dokie. There is something, we're meant to be talking about something to do with hashtag DailyK, I feel, like on this anniversary. So I wanted to ask you guys, now you're not here, you can speak freely. I guess, Ryan, you can't disrespect Arirang Radio as a whole too much because you're still on the Friday show. Any memorable incidents, anything you miss about Arirang Radio? Why don't we start off with you, Sander, sitting over there.
What do I miss?
What do you remember about... Oh,
You, man. And all the lovely people. All the messages. Actually, one thing that does stick in my mind, whoever was sending those messages,
Oh, those little like risque ones.
Yeah, the
with
very
weird usernames.
carefully worded...
Some bit like janitor nicknames and stuff like that.
Yeah, whoever that person was, that was always kind of a little interesting thing to happen. Because we were Monday morning,
Yeah.
the first time,
Yeah.
and that was like, yeah,
It was a little bit of, I don't know, humour sprinkled
Oh,
into the
humour.
show by a mystery listener.
Yeah.
We still, to this day, are not exactly sure who sent those messages.
Oh.
Yeah, not 100% sure. I've got my suspicions, but I
Yeah.
don't want to out them on air.
Right.
But yeah, we do miss you, Xander, as well. We wanted to keep you on the show. We had the segment with Alex now, who's also a YouTuber, you know,
Yes.
and we were hoping we could get your videography skills on it. Maybe in the future, one day,
Maybe.
we
The thing
can
is-
revitalise that.
because I took over from Alex before.
That's true. It's a
for
weird
like 10
merry-go-round.
months, and then he came back and took back over.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like a substitution or something,
Exactly.
I suppose.
But I'm the better
Yeah,
Alex.
absolutely.
Andrew, so.
From Hot Off the Shelf, you remember
Yes.
that was your first segment where you would introduce items that were literally hot off the shelf from usually convenience stores.
Convenience store shelves.
Any of those items that you particularly liked or disliked?
Definitely didn't like the choc bar that we had. That
The what bar?
the choc bar.
Choc bar.
Yeah.
Oh, the pig's feet.
Remember that?
You didn't like the pig's feet?
No, it was horrible. I wanted to vomit. It was disgusting.
That was the Pyeongchang version, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yes, that's right.
Because they wouldn't sell like real ones. You know, so like it comes in like a vacuum pack.
Yeah.
And then you have to like heat up in the microwave. It's all like soggy and like glutinous or like, you know, jelly-like.
I know
it's
the one you're
horrible.
talking about. You can
It's so
see that
bad.
video. You can see Xander's reaction on YouTube if you type in, I think, Jokbal hashtag DailyK. Gee, you know, Jokbal is often seen as like a food good for women because of collagen and skin. Are you a fan?
Right. I'm a fan. I love jokbal.
Even the Pyeongchang versions? Have you tried
No,
convenience
I haven't
store?
tried the convenience store version.
Okay.
Don't.
How are they?
No, not good.
Are you a
mean,
fan
like-
of normal Jokbal though? Xander?
No.
Oh, you don't like it generally?
Oh, seriously?
I like the possum stuff. Like is that further up the leg, I guess, but
That's-
like not the actual.
That's the
feet.
pork belly, isn't it? That's like
Ah,
the
okay.
3 layers. But
Right.
if you get good bossam, I've found it tastes kind of similar to the bossam meat. Like, if you can ignore the outer layer of the collagen,
Right.
maybe take that off.
The meat
meaty
part, right? Yeah.
it's not too bad. And wait, Chef Ryan, maybe you could answer this question, because I heard this. Isn't there meant to be one of the legs, like either the front or the back, is like more desirable to eat?
Well, the back is definitely bigger.
Oh,
but
you get more
front,
meat.
The front has more fat, so it depends on your preference. I
Are
guess.
you a jokbo fan? Pig's feet?
Yeah, not when I first got here, but
Me neither.
definitely now. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Was it not something you'd eaten back in the States as well?
I've had pickled pig's feet. You know, I'm from the South. I'm from Texas mostly, and I remember my
What?
grandfather.
Pickles pig's
Oh
feet?
man, oh man.
Really? Is
My
that a
grandfather
thing?
was born in like 1907.
Okay.
So I remember him chewing on a pickled pig's feet when I was a little kid, and it just freaked me out. I was like, but I did try it.
What's the
and-
texture like?
Well, it's super salty and vinegary and soft and like gelatinous, like
Okay.
Xander saying. And so that's the most similar thing I had before. Definitely Korean pig's feet's way better than pickled pig's feet.
Good, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Me, like you, I didn't like it when I first came here, but if you try it from a really good place as well, I think they boil it
Yeah.
first with some seasoning and stuff.
Totally, with like cinnamon star anise, plenty of sugar or mulyot, like a
is that
syrup.
what gives it the sweetness?
Right. Some people add colas to it as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's lots of little tricks. And there's new restaurants in Korea recently that do all different variations, like
Yeah.
different kind of spicy, one with more soy, one with more garlic, or garlic chives.
I like the meon jokba, the spicy
Yeah.
version, because
Yeah, I'm
although it's
digging it.
really spicy, if there's lots of fat, that kind of cuts through it as well.
Right.
It helps like mild it
And then
down
you
a bit.
have to have, you know what I'm going to say, I think, but the sauce. Which sauce is your favorite to have with jokba?
I like samjang with everything.
Okay, that's
really?
good, but I have to have the little shrimp sauce.
The seoljang.
Oh yes,
Isn't that
yes,
right?
Yes,
It's
I
so
love the
good.
shrimp,
It's,
yes.
it's just a fermented tiny shrimp
Right.
sauce that goes into most kimchis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that saltiness
Right.
just kind of cuts that fat a little. Oh, it's good.
You'll get a little plastic container if you order it to your house or something. They'll give you that sauce. Jihi, on your segment,
Yes.
which was, what's it called again?
Flashback Friday, Peter.
Sorry. I'm having a terrible non-flashback moment, obviously. What are some memorable moments? What do you miss about the show, Jihi?
Okay, I miss the interaction we had
With
with
the
the
listeners.
listeners.
That's
I
the
love
best,
that part.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love reading out all the messages, and I love how they're paying attention, like listening really carefully to the work, like everything we say, and
Yeah.
they're making comments on it. And
Ready to pick out any
Yeah.
mistakes?
Yes,
Jump on us.
yes,
No,
yes,
I'm
jump-
kidding. Wait, we've got a message that I really want to read out because Hilland has not been on board for years.
Oh.
Does Ryan still have his brick pizza oven, he wonders, Hilland from the US?
It lives in Daegu now at my friend's farm.
Oh, did you donate it?
Well, we built it together over 3-month period.
What?
Yeah.
Does it take that long for a pizza oven?
Well, we only had time to work on it 2 or 3 days a week, and so it's a traditional Tuscan style pizza oven.
Wow.
With fire bricks and yada yada yada. And when he moved to Daegu, and he's doing very well down there with a farm stand, he actually got a forklift to come and pick it up and put it on a truck and take it down there. So yes, it still lives. Just sorry it's not with me. I'm gonna have to build another one.
Yeah, Hilland, maybe you can come on over and help as well.
Please.
That's why we love messages, because they're very interactive.
Yeah, shout out to Amy J and Siska, obviously.
With lots of messages
Yeah.
for us, especially for Xander as well. I know Amy J really misses you on the show. She listens every day now.
Yeah.
And that's thanks to you. She used to be one of your... She
used
is
to
one
be.
Of,
Wow, what has happened?
We've taken her
What has
from
happened?
your
What do
YouTube
you know?
channel.
What
We've
do you know?
stolen her. No, and we really appreciate that. Gee, any like interesting episodes that you remember from the show, or any interesting headlines that you perhaps introduced or anything?
Can I be really honest?
Of course.
So like I was the guest for the Flashback Friday segment, right? And I would always take you back to some months in
Yeah,
the past.
of course.
And then when I had to talk about my experience during that time, I
Yes.
would either be preparing for an exam, studying, or dating, whatever.
All
And
the
you
time,
always
I
teased
remember.
me.
Yes. It was always an issue
Yeah.
about studying or being in Thailand and getting used to school there, or breaking up or getting with a boyfriend. But
Yeah.
that's the same for most people,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
In the past. I used to love that personal insight into things.
Right.
And Chef Ryan, you know, you're now on Henry's show.
Right?
I'm going to ask you a very direct question.
Yes, sir.
Henry Shin or Peter Bint?
Oh man, we had so much more of a connection. I don't think I would hurt Henry's feeling.
In your face.
We're on the phone, you know. Yeah.
Have you not met him in person then?
Just once, just for the first show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then, so pretty much always it's on the phone. You don't have to come into the studio.
Right, which is great because it's Friday evenings and that traffic coming up here and getting back would be, it'd be a long time.
Awful. What was like a memorable moment on the show for you?
You and me?
Yes, Chef, yeah.
Oh, man, there's so many. Just freaking Peter out with foods. And then being put on the spot. Remember we did What's in Your Fridge?
Our listeners love that.
And seriously. So I had like, how long's the break? Like a song.
3 minutes roughly.
So in would come the papers and I'm like, oh God, I gotta try to tell people what to make real quick from what's in their fridge.
Wait, I've got a great idea. Brilliant brainstorm.
No,
Xander, what's in your fridge? Can you think?
Oh.
It can be terrible as well. It can be nearly empty. Do you know any things that are in your fridge right now?
It's just full of alcohol. I don't have any food in there.
I remember Xander told me he almost always like just eats out, maybe even go to the Pyeongchang and get a snack and stuff like that.
Yeah, literally just buy when I want to eat.
What are your favourite like things from the Pyeongchang, from the convenience store? That Chef Ryan can upgrade.
Oh goodness. Well, currently there's like these little plates of like mandu. There's like 6 mandus, like galbi mandus. I really like them because they're super convenient to eat and they're quite cheap.
As for like easy pre-made kind of stuff, those are probably the best ones.
The mandus, because in Korean supermarkets they sell like a whole row full
all
of them,
frozen,
right?
and I when I first got here, I used to love just like I'll try this one today.
Yeah, different
I'll try
flavors,
this one because
right?
there's like 20 different kinds to choose from at most places.
Is that your recommendation as a tip? If you have to go instant, then maybe that's one of the better ones to get.
Yeah, and then the pot sticker style, which is not real common here, but I love doing that, where you boil it for a bit or steam it for a bit and then fry it.
Okay, yeah.
Just to get it cooked all the way through, but then crispy on the edges.
I only recently heard that term. Have you guys heard of that pot sticker?
No.
There's a type of mandu, right?
Yeah, in the American Chinese restaurants back in the States, it became popular, I guess, sometime in the 90s. And you've got basically what we'll do here is soy sauce and garlic chive and maybe some garlic and a little bit of spicy chili in there. And that goes so well with it.
Yeah, and then like sometimes they stick to one another as well, right?
True,
and to the
true,
pan.
true. Yeah.
And I'm sure if you see them, you'll know what we're talking about. But we don't call them pot stickers in the UK or in Korea, I don't believe.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah, but they're delicious.
Interesting.
What we're going to do in the next segment is we're going to relive our corners, which you're all excited about. We're going to do a little mini Yes Chef, a mini Flashback Friday, and a mini Hot Off the Shelf with Xander. Okay, so look forward to that after a song break. We'll continue to read your messages as well. Here's some Daybreak. This one's 좋다 or good. Ever wondered what Koreans actually eat and enjoy?
This is a segment where you get a glimpse into the real lifestyles of Koreans to the items and foods that are enjoyed here in Korea.
On Hot Off the Shelf
with Xander.
That's right, joining us for our 1000th episode edition to tell you about the it items in Korea is Xander.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever said that sentence properly, like according to the script.
I don't think you ever said it items or hit items. Yeah,
I should have said that. That was a good line. Sorry, writer, for just ignoring your hard work.
We went off script all the time. We hardly
did.
stayed on script.
That was our, I think, blessing and curse. We would just ramble away for far too long.
Yeah.
And I find myself doing that with another British guest who's on Mondays now, Martin. I think it's a British thing. Like, if you're on the same wavelength and vibes, just talk about...
It's like what we're doing right now. We're just completely not doing what we're doing.
Let's bring it back. All right, let's get to this segment. Off the shelf. We're just going to do a little mini rerun of this. What's today's topic then?
We're talking about Pyeongchang food, like night food. Yashik.
Ooh, okay. That's a good topic. How about you guys, Jihi and Ryan? I don't know, you're a chef. Is it okay for you to even say you like Pyeongchang food?
The only one, those little myeolchi almond snacks.
Oh.
Do you know those things?
The nuts that have the little dried fish anchovies in them.
Yeah.
Ooh. Is that a good one for you for like a beer and juice?
I gotta eat something out of that mart. That's about it.
Do you not go for all the instant foods in there? Like,
if I'm in a
sometimes-
bind, those sandwiches, they work.
Yeah.
Those little pre-made sandwiches. If you just need something to eat really quick. I used to eat the kimpops or the triangle kimpops quite
I like
often.
those ones.
Yeah.
Do you prefer the sandwiches though? Would you have to say?
Back and forth. I try not to eat any of it, honestly. And then those vacuum sealed meats on a stick. Never.
Oh, you never eat them? Oh, I actually quite like them. Not bad.
Is that the ones that they're like the fish cakes? Are they on the
Yeah,
stick?
so you got like different. So most of them are like sausages. Some of them you got like chicken sausages, which are the white ones, and
Yeah.
then
Right.
they're shaped like the kind of fish stick
Right.
things that you
Oh,
can
yeah,
get
I've
on
seen 'em.
street food, but like most of them are like different meats. It's like mystery meat. No one really knows what it
What's
is.
inside?
You know it's bad for you, but sometimes you're just like,
Yeah.
it's so cheap, and that's
They call
why it's
it
probably
hot
bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right?
hot bath.
bar.
Yeah.
What do you do to cook those, by the way?
Microwave them.
Just like
Just
a minute
like-
or two.
Right, so this says like 30 to 40 seconds.
Uh-huh.
I usually do it for a minute, just to overcook
Just in
it.
case.
Yeah, just in case.
You
Little
don't want
more.
anything bad for you after all.
No.
How about you, G?
I love, most of the instant food that they sell in convenience stores, they're not that healthy, right?
Of course.
But I try to make them healthy. For example,
Ooh.
when I'm eating ramen,
Yeah.
then I put in a lot of cabbage inside.
Not
So-
in the pyeonijum, right? This is you
not in
bought it.
yeah,
Don't
at
take
home.
your cabbage with you. Put it in
I don't
bulk.
have my own slices of cabbage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Just at
good.
home. Yeah.
Does that taste all right? Cabbage
It tastes
and ramyeon?
so good.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
I put the pa. What do we call pa again? Green
Onion.
onion.
Leeks.
Like some slices of that
oh
inside.
yeah, pa's good.
And that's all right. But cabbage?
Yeah, like
Really?
those small ones, like albechu they call,
Okay.
small cabbages. You slice them, put them in, and the soup is really good.
All right.
And it tastes healthier.
Yeah. You feel like you're
Yeah,
not being
it
as
feels-
Those
bad
small
for
ones
yourself.
have more of those yellow leaves.
Yeah,
inside,
the
too.
yellow
Yeah, a
leaves.
little more flavor.
Right.
I definitely like
Sweeter.
an egg in my ramyeon.
yes,
as well.
yes.
Do you often go for a ramyeon at the pyeonijum as well, Xander?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah. If you buy, Happy was the one who convinced me. Instead of getting the cup ones,
Yeah.
he's like, you should get the ones in the packs instead.
They
And
taste
then-
better, but you can't
That's
cook.
what they say, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thinking behind it. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's true. You're right, but you can't cook those at the pyeonijum,
In
can
Hanggang,
you?
you can.
Yeah, exactly. If you go to the river,
Yeah.
you'll get the metal trays, and then
Right.
it has a machine which will cook it for you.
Yeah.
So it's all
Ooh.
timed, and it puts the water in, and it's just like add the sachets and
That's
just
pretty
pours it
cool,
for you
isn't
there.
it? Yeah, I think I've seen that on some videos before. That does
Mm.
seem cool. We're here doing a little reenactment of Hot Off the Shelf. We're going to have to leave it there, Xander.
Oh, there's no food.
No, that's
Oh.
it. Yeah, we didn't buy anything. Well, we got you
Boo.
coffee. There you go. Not from the
Yay.
convenience store. But anyway, Lenny says that egg is definitely the best on ramyeon. And Amy J says, Xander, ever the enthusiast. Yes, he is. Leeks and spring onions with ramyeon is love, says Leon. Yeah, they do go well together, don't they? What shall we do next? I'm excited. We get to hear some old chord music. All right, let's take it away with Ryan. Yes, chef.
With Ryan.
I think Xander feels like he's got a raw deal because he had to read a whole sentence out.
Yeah.
Every time.
That was impressive.
I had some because I had two shows. It's changed after it. And
Yeah.
the other one was like hot taken. It was a word I just couldn't say.
There was a really tricky word in there. I can't remember what it was. It was something like, but it wasn't thematic. And you used.
Culture something. Oh, it was just.
But back in our first, Ryan, you were with us from the beginning of DailyK, I believe.
think so.
End of 2016, that kind of time, right? You were on it for about a year and a half. And at the beginning, yeah, most of our titles were very simple like this. I would say the title, and then the other person would say with and their name, insert. But then this season now, everyone's got a long bit of blurb to read out.
I got out at the right time.
Yes, you did indeed. You made your money a little more easily. We're going to do a little section today. What should we talk about on Yes Chef, our mini edition?
Let's see what's seasonal right now. What's going on?
It's July, summer, hot.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice things in the markets these days.
You're always going to your fish ladies. I used to love hearing their
I
stories.
I do.
Doesn't that sound lovely?
They
Fish ladies.
They take good care of me. And the best way to get the quality ingredients is to have a relationship with the vendor.
Yeah.
and supermarkets don't offer that. You know,
Because it's the same people every time. Like you go there,
Right,
and
right.
then they like you, so they want to give you the best stuff. Right?
Man, I bought some apples for a catering event a few weeks ago at Garak, and I
Yep.
don't usually shop at Garak. This huge market in Seoul. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I trusted this little old lady. I said, "Are these, you promise they're
Yeah.
not brown inside? They're
Yeah.
good apples." And I got to the event, and we're slicing up the apples to put in a fresh salad, and every single one, she robbed me. That sweet little old lady robbed me.
If you're listening, little old lady in Garak, you're no longer welcome at DailyK. I've helped you out there, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
Never again will that happen. That's terrible. But that's the risk you run if you don't know the vendor, right? It's quite
Right, but
sad.
when you do, then it's the opposite. Then you're going to get the most amazing ingredients every time. And
What's
that's
out
what
in
you
the
try to do.
markets these days then?
These days, let's see, from the fish ladies,
Yeah.
we're coming into
Summer's not a good season for seafood, you think,
not
right?
for
It might
the
go off and
shellfish
stuff.
so much, that's better in the winter. But this time of year, we get more snapper.
Okay.
Let's see. There's always awesome mackerel and Spanish mackerel there in the market.
Let's talk about a mackerel dish, because that's one of my favourite fishes. Do you guys, Jihi and Xander, like mackerel?
What's
고등어.
oh
고등어.
고등어?
Don't think I've ever eaten it. to be honest.
Really?
I don't think so. I don't know. Is it really, really strong fish taste?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It's one of the
one
strongest
thing.
ones. You can always smell if someone's been cooking it in their home.
Yeah.
It's oily.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Okay.
readily available in the
In
UK.
can,
though.
it comes in cans, right?
You can get canned
You can
mackerel.
get canned
I think that's the
mackerel,
only place
sure.
I've ever seen mackerel.
Yeah, it's not so good from the
Most
cans, right?
popular dishes here would be sogumgui, like grilled over salt, or jorim.
Yeah.
Right.
Which jorim gets rid of all the fishy flavor because there's so much sweetness and radish in there, and
Yeah.
some gochugaru or chili flakes. And so, just last week I was at a little place getting a bekban, like one of those lunch meals.
Yeah, where you get all the side dishes.
And I was talking about how good the panchan was, all the side dishes. And the woman, she was like, "Oh, here, have some service, have some free golden jorim."
Wow.
And I ate all of it pretty quick because my bowl of soup was like scalding hot as it usually is.
Yeah.
And then she brought me too much more, and I had to eat it all. I was so stuffed when I got it.
You felt like you had to eat it.
As
yeah.
a foreigner in Korea, if you go to these places, people just are so generous. They just love seeing you be there
And enjoy it, right?
And if you appreciate what they're giving you, then they just give you more
Yeah.
and more and more.
I'm going to take you, Xander, one time for some good mackerel. I know you're not a massive fan of like fishy fish, right?
Yeah, well, the main problem with me with fish is the bones.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
way too lazy to debone anything. And then, like, back in the UK when we, like, I remember when I was a kid, like, fish and chips and stuff. Like, so your mum would always be like, "Oh, don't eat too quickly. There might be bones," and
Yeah.
you find it, and it just put me off everything.
Yeah.
That's why I usually go like I really like sashimi and stuff, or like like hue.
Where there's no hassle in it. Yeah.
Exactly, just
Actually,
in the mouth.
mackerel raw, when it's in season and fresh, it's nice. I like a good raw mackerel.
Isn't it actually pickled?
I think so. The Japanese style. So it's been
Right,
like put
right,
down
right.
in some
Oh.
jar for a few weeks or something.
Right,
But
yeah.
it still tastes a bit fishy, but it's not too bad. Yeah, no bones there. Chef Ryan, thank you for your little Yes Chef segment. We're
My pleasure.
flying through this. It's Flashback Friday time now with G.
나는 solo. I'm going solo, lo, 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 lo. Just want a minute. 내 것이 되는 시간. 순진한 내 속에 속아오는
Flashback Friday.
With Jihi.
There it is, that cheeky little with Jihi, like an animated character. I remember that from back in the day. I don't think I ever made you do this. I don't know why. Why don't you do Jenny solo?
What?
Because that is like the iconic part of our little Flashback Friday intro.
Yeah, the intro changed a couple of times
We
too.
did different songs.
Uh-huh.
This was the segment where we took most care with the intro song. We got a pop song in
right,
there and
right.
everything. I know Xander's looking at me with squinty eyes. He doesn't like the kind of cheesy music we sometimes had on the intros, but that one was good. Where are we going back to today, G?
Today I'll be taking it back to July 2012.
Okay.
Do you remember that that day. I always had to make you look through your Facebook to remember.
That's how
the
I'd
things.
remember what I was doing in the month of the year. Let me
Yeah.
ask you guys, just off
Okay.
the top of your heads, do you
Yeah.
remember what you're doing in July 2012? Or maybe even the summer of 2012?
Was that when around the time there was the last or the royal wedding before, or something like that?
Ooh.
I was definitely working.
Kate
yeah,
and
yeah,
William.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
It could have been around then.
Something
Yeah.
like that. It was definitely summertime.
It might have been because they got married around the same time as me and my wife, and we had our kids at the same time pretty much as well. Yeah, we didn't plan that with them. It's just by luck. Yeah, it could have been that. How about you, Ryan? Anything?
I took a trip down to one of the most beautiful places in Korea, Buryongsa,
Oh.
just west of Ulchin.
Okay.
So there's a river gorge when you drive just in from the coast from
Wow.
Ulchin. And it's got to be my favorite place in Korea. It's so gorgeous. It's what I imagined Korea looked like before I came here. It was like, Valley of the Buddha's Shadow, I guess is what it translates.
Is there a
to.
temple there or something like a Buddhist
There are
temple?
a few,
Wow.
and so like you're on this kind of road up on the edge of a ravine or kind of a canyon.
Yeah.
And it follows along this river.
Wow.
And it's just beautiful for about 15 kilometers or so. It's absolutely gorgeous.
That's amazing.
And in just 30 minutes, you can be back at the beach and then back in the mountains.
Well, what's more amazing, how do you guys remember from July 2000? I always look through my Facebook page if there was nothing. I have nothing. I can't remember July 2012. I just got married in the January. My wife was heavily pregnant. Something must have happened. Maybe it was her birthday in July. It seems to come around every July, actually, my wife's birthday. So that's all I can remember. How about you, G? What were you doing? Dating, studying?
No, none of those.
Yeah,
I was
right.
No, really. This time it was a really special season because I went traveling with some of my best friends from university. We went on the train trip.
Wow.
They
Around
have
where?
around different places in Korea, including Gyeongju. We went to
Ooh,
Yeosu. We went to
nice.
Busan and several other places. Yeah.
That sounds cool, doesn't it? Do you have any obligatory news that actually happened in July
yes, I
2012?
do.
What, are we going to have a headline?
Yeah,
Are you
we
serious?
have a headline, yes.
All right, here's our newsreader, Jihee.
July 2012, the movie series 007 held its 50th anniversary exhibition in London.
Wow, that was nice. That music reminded me of your second corner that we did, where you used to think it was
Yeah.
newsy and do all the conductor.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
yeah,
dun, dun. Sander used to do that. 007, 50th
Yeah.
anniversary. Nothing to do with Korea, so we don't need to talk about it because we're running out of time, to be honest. James
Yay.
Bond, congratulations to you. I think they are filming the next one with Daniel Craig, but he said after the previous film, if he's doing it again, if he's caught dead doing it, kill him, and he's only doing it for the money. So, yeah, we know his motivations.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's not on the show. You guys were. Do you want to say goodbye to the listeners? Send out a message. Ryan, why don't we start off with you? You started with me back in 2016.
Yeah, man. Well, actually with Edwin and then Adrian and then
I didn't mean to disrespect Edwin.
yeah.
Love you, buddy.
But the fans have been here through the beginning, and actually I'm so happy that so many of them actually come over here and visited the farm.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of time together. It's been really cool. Brought so many nice gifts, and thank you guys. Really
We
appreciate it.
really hope to have you on the show in the future as well, Ryan. I mean, I love Xander and G, but they can't cook, so it just doesn't get to my stomach at all.
We've never cooked for you. That's why
Don't
you
lie,
know.
Peter.
You don't
Most of that
know.
stuff you
You
didn't
don't
wanna
even
eat.
know.
I do want those meat on the sticks, yeah. I want to be surprised. What's on there?
Yeah.
G, would you like to say a few words to our fans?
Yeah, please have me back, Peter.
We will, for sure. Absolutely.
Yes, I miss all the listeners, and thank you for having me on this special day, on the 1000th day of DailyK, and I hope to be back again soon.
Fingers crossed. 2000th episode special.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at it in the calendar. Put that date down.
Three
Okay.
more
Okay.
years.
Yeah.
Three more years.
Three
I
more
think so.
years.
3 more years.
Xander, you as well. What would
Yeah.
you like to say?
I would just like to thank all the fans that
Your mother? Your father?
yeah, no, not them, but everyone who comes back and listens every day, Siska especially.
Yeah.
She's like the number one. She's here all the time, even when you're actually not on.
Yes,
she's
this
still
is true.
listening.
Yeah, even when I'm not here.
Very supportive. Obviously, Amy as well, and Oda, and people who come in every now and again.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know if they're there all the time.
Yeah.
But they come in and they support all the guests. Like all the new ones, and as it's sort of ever changing. And maybe you'll see me again if someone's ill.
I hope so. Not
Again.
that someone's ill. Sandra's back on the show. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. We're going to have to leave it there. I'm going to have to wrap up the show, in fact. So it really was great fun to be together today. Massive thanks to all our listeners, most of all, as Xander said, and to all our staff members who make this show possible. Our producer, Yunapidi Nim, our writers, Mahjong Lim and Kwak Kyung Ok. Last song of the day is from Primary, featuring Bumkey and Paolo Alto. Really fitting. Love. That's all we've got for our listeners. It's been your daily dose of career. #DailyK out.